வணக்கம். Welcome to this course on classics in neuroscience. We have been looking at neural systems, specifically the neural basis of behavior. In the last few videos, we looked at the hypothalamic hypophyseal system, the hypothalamic adenohypophyseal portal system, and how Vale-Nota practically founded the field of modern neuroanatomy. In this video, we look at the psychology and ethology. In the first half of the 20th century, most of the experiments were by behaviorists who were focusing on topics such as operant conditioning, Pavlov's dogs, Skinner's boxes. All these considered the brain as a black box, and there were some inputs which you can condition and there are some outputs. It's a black box which we are not interested in understanding. For example, Peter Milner in his work called operant conditioning experiments as a bad period in behavioral psychology. It took the arrival of Donald Hebb and the Hebbian synapse and his book in mid-century in 1949 to start the good period of behavioral psychology. We will discuss the work of Donald Hebb and the details in future videos. As behavioral psychology rose in prominence, an interest to study behavior in its natural environment took a back seat. But however, people were pursuing this line of work. So, for example, the work of Carl von Frisch, who studied the behavior of bees, the senses and the behavior of bees and their ability to perceive polarized light, sense polarized light, and also the waggle dance through which a bee communicates, a forager bee communicates with the rest of the colony. All these things were observed by Carl von Frisch, for example. And also Konrad Lorenz, who studied geese in their natural environment. Uniquely, he describes his ability to speak with animals, for example, things that we do not understand how, but he says he is in a position to communicate with animals. Konrad Lorenz was one of them. Yes. And the work of Nico Tinbergen, the Dutch scientist who studied the instinct. So, the role of instinctual behavior in the wild or in the natural environment. So, all these works by Frisch, Lorenz and Tinbergen essentially started to bring attention once again inbuilt into behavior. This gave rise to the establishment of the new discipline or the new field of sociobiology. So, meanwhile, there were these inbuilt neural systems for central pattern generators and for genes that control specific types of behavior. These were also identified. Now, current concepts and current ideas of brain function essentially combines nature and nurture so that we can understand the neural foundations of behavior or the neural basis of behavior. These are all the articles, the original articles that we studied in the past 8 or 9 videos. Please do go through them, they are very interesting. With this, we come to the end of this video. In this video, we looked at behavioral psychology, how it went from a bad period of Skinner and Pavlov to the good period of Hebb and others, and ethology, the work of Frisch, Lorenz and Tinbergen and others. to bring behavior back into attention, so that we can study neural science with both nature and nurture. With this, we come to the end of this video. Thank you very much for your attention.